Hey YouTubers, Grimmy Dragon here, and once again it's review time. And today we are going to be looking at an SH Figuarts. Yeah, finishing a 5-pack group that I started long ago. And that's the Sailor Scouts. So today we are taking a look at Sailor Jupiter. So we have Sailor Jupiter here, looking pretty nice in her transformation pose, and it's a really nice figure. Yeah, as you can see, she doesn't need a stand to really stand up on her own 2 feet, which is really good. Fortunately though, if you do have a pose that requires a stand, she includes one. And yeah, it's easy to knock her over in this kind of pose. Okay, yeah, she can stand on her own, but it's kind of tricky to get her in that pose and to get her to hold it, especially when she falls over and you have to readjust everything as a result. It seems like her legs want to give out on me, so we're just going to put her on her stand, which will help out significantly. And there we go. Much better. Yeah, it is possible to get her to stand and balance on her own, but if you got a figure stand, use it. It's a lot easier. But yeah, as you can see, she's a very nice figure. A very tall figure, too. If we get her in a more upright position. And luckily, these figures have plenty of articulation to work with. Just a little bit. Get her 1 feet on the stand. Get her arms down just a bit. And while the hands are going to look a little funny, we're going to bring in Sailor Moon here. Ooh, and I got to adjust the camera. Because, yeah, she gets a little tall. And she's actually about a head, maybe half a head taller than Sailor Moon. Oh, I'd say a head, definitely. And that's pretty cool. Jupiter was the tallest of the Sailor Scouts, at least the inner group. So it makes sense that her figure's a little taller than the others. This might be why she was kind of out of order from her TV show reveal, where she was the 4th, and with the figures she was the 5th, because I think it's due to her size and the fact that they had to tool new parts to get her to be that tall. So I could be wrong, but that's my best guess. So anyway, that looks pretty good. I do like the size, and she is a very pretty one. We'll get a close-up of her face. Now this is her more stern face. She does have others to work with, which we'll get into in a moment. As you can see, it's well done. The eyes are well painted. She does have a mouth, a very small one. And you can see the nose pretty well, and the golden tiara, which is pretty cool. From the side, it does a good job of looking pretty close to what it did on the TV show as well. So you've got a nice view from every angle, which is actually kind of hard with these animated characters, just because the shape of the head can change from view to view. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Before we get into the accessories, let's get into articulation, because she does have a lot of it. This is a Figuarts after all, but we'll start off with the ponytail, which can swivel all around. It does have a hinge for moving it up and down, so plenty of options there. Actually get her off the stand for a moment. you got a ball jointed head, so you got left and right, up and down, plenty of wiggle to go around. Shoulder joints have like a ball inside the shoulder and then a universal on the outside, which offers her a bit of a bicep swivel. Not as easy to use as what you'd find on like a Maddie figure or anything, but it's still very effective, as the bicep swivel is actually inside the shoulder pauldron or the sleeve. I don't know what that is really, but yeah, you got plenty of posability with that. Nice hinge at the elbow, goes more than 90, which is good. You got a hinge and 2 swivels at the wrist, so you can get that to bend any which way you want. It's actually on a ball joint here, so to make changing hands very easy. You got 2 joints at the waist and at the bust. One at the bust is on a ball joint, so you can move left and right all around. Waist is the same way, so you can get some really interesting poses with that. Hips are universal and yeah, ball jointed. So you got forward, backward, in and out. They're the Soka-chen, those special joints for Figuarts, so you can actually pull the thigh down to kick higher, which is pretty cool. The skirt is softer plastic, and there is a slit for more open range, so you can do what you need to. Thigh swivel a little bit, doesn't go all the way around, but doesn't really need to. You got a nice deep knee bend, so yeah, really good there, and really does look natural, so that's good. You got much like the hands, you got 2 swivels and a hinge at the boot, so plenty of movement. So all in all, yeah, she is very posable. But since her feet are kind of tiny, it is difficult sometimes to get her to actually stand on her own. Possible, but difficult. So yeah, the stage is helpful. But again, she does have a multitude of faces and hands, and an extra hairpiece as well. So we'll start with how you change the head a bit. So we'll just pop off the hairpiece, pop her face off, and then we'll put on the more like the default happy face, which again looks really nice, very pretty. Let's get a better view. Of course, she has other faces, which include a smiling face, which is a nice happy one, good for some happier poses, celebrations, just in a good mood, you know, that kind of stuff. And last but not least, she has an angrier, screaming face, which looks like she's really upset. This is actually used for her signature attack, the Thunder Crash, alongside the alternate headpiece and a couple of her hands. So we'll get to those next. So you saw the hands for the signature pose. You know, the somewhat open hand here, and the one with the pointing finger. Yeah, those were the signature pose hands I used at the beginning. And the hands are easy to switch out as well. So yeah, we got... all we gotta do is pop them off the ball joint. And pop the new one on. Pop this off, pop the new one on. And now we have her clawed open hands, and she looks mad and powering up, which is pretty glorious in itself. I like this pose a bit. But she does have other hands that will work with other faces. So next up we have some friendly, calm, open hands, good for waving poses and, you know, just chilling poses. Some open hands, like splayed open, to give a more epic, getting ready for a battle feel, or just a little more expressive, I guess. It's pretty good. Some fists for punching enemies, which is always handy, especially since Jupiter here was the fighter of the group. But last but not least, she has hands that are in that ever popular devil horn sign for her classic Thunder Crash attack, which is always electrifying. Now, getting her with the other scouts I currently have, she looks really good in the set. And the nice thing is that these Sailor Moon figures all look really good together. And it's nice to have them all mesh so well. The scale of their heights, the look of their outfits, it all looks real good, very cohesive. And I appreciate that they kept to the same standard with each figure. Now, obviously, I don't have all of them, but the ones I do have are really fun. So, yeah, I definitely would recommend Jupiter. I would recommend any of these figures. So, they are all really good, and hopefully I can get some more as time goes on, but that just depends on finances and all that other jazz. But anyway, this is a pretty cool figure. So that'll wrap things up for Sailor Jupiter. Nice figure. I do like it, and I'm glad to have the 5 Inner Senshi. Still gotta get 2 of the outer ones, but that will have to wait. Anyway, I do hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. And I will see you next time. So until then, goodbye out there, whatever you are.